It's Barry.
It's Brian.
And this is the greatest, most amazing, full-bodied, best imagined in reality
Imagine's the key.
podcast in the world, on the internet, on the dark web. Who's to say where this is now? Floating through the airs of the sound waves. This is the longest introduction ever.
Don't matter. Preach, brother.
The Collecti-Bros. Oh, and soon to be the only podcast on the planet after the Rapture, the Collecti-Bros podcast.
And if the Rapture doesn't get us, the aliens will enjoy this final episode.
Welcome, aliens, to the greatest podcast on this earth.
Other listeners.
The Collecti-Bros, the Collecti-Bros podcast. Stupid.
Coming for us first, but don't say fuck you. I enjoy your content. I'm not paying for this shit.
On this episode, the Holy Grails of podcasts brings you the Holy Grails of games.
Chef's kiss, baby. Let's go.
We're going to talk about our Holy Grails, which ones we have, and which ones we want. Which, now that I think about it, I didn't really come prepared for which ones I want, so...
Easy, though, bro. You know what you want.
Just pull up the wish list.
Yeah, dude.
Before that, if you like what you listen to, or... are interested after, because I guess you've only listened to like 5 seconds of this, check us out on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google doesn't exist anymore, whatever podcatchers are out there, at Collecti-Bros Pod, social media, Collecti-Bros Pod, and if you want to talk to us directly, Discord is in the show notes.
Yeah.
Moving on to what we've picked up and what we've played. Brian, would you like to go first on what you've picked up?
Yeah, of course I would. No, as far as pickups go, I actually had some pretty fun ones. We did a convention recently, and I actually found some games on my wish list, which is like kind of crazy. It's good grails. They're not really grails, but nice to have them on the wish list. Specifically, Fatal Inertia for the Xbox 360. I'm not a huge racing game guy at all, but this is kind of like Koei Tecmo's answer to F-Zero. It was the Xbox 360 exclusive. It's one that I don't see very often, and the 360 kind of blew up once it hit the 20th anniversary, so people were kind of grabbing that. I did pay for it, like the asking price, but it's the first one I've seen in like literal years, probably since it was new, so it's one I've been looking for, because it's like some of those mid-tier Xbox 360 games are just going up and up and up, and this is one of them I can see. It's not supposed to be a horrible game, but it's got achievements, brother. You know why I need it. So, yeah, I was super stoked to get that, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to spend too much, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, well, I'm definitely getting this, so fuck all that. And then something else that's really been eluding me, it's not a grail, but like, shit, dude. Before I moved, I had the Mass Effect 2 Collector's Edition. I had it. I could not find it. I put it on the shelf. It doesn't exist, so I'm like, where the fuck is this thing? I don't know. I know, you and Nate didn't steal it. You're all the ones that helped me move, but like it just disappeared.
I pre-ordered mine. I still have it.
Yeah, so I bought mine new. That's how I knew I had it. Like This is the version I played, but like I found one for $20. It's complete. It had the patch and shit. So I was like, yeah, give me that. Like,
with the patch too.
Yeah, it sucks like rebuying games you fucking have, but like it is not in this house. Maybe I accidentally sold it at a show or something. I don't remember doing it, but like I don't have it. Now I do. Super stoked about that. It's just the annoying part of like, damn, I didn't even get to get a new game. I already had this, but. I love Mass Effect, adore Mass Effect, needed that one for my collection for sure. And then lastly at the show, I also found another Gundam game I need, so hey, there we go. Gundam Encounters in Space. I'm actually like super stoked to play this one. I've heard a lot of really great things about it. And after our Gundam episode, a lot of the research I was doing for that game, Zeta versus Gundam, people were like, if you enjoyed that game, you might like this one. So I'm like, maybe we'll do this one in the future. But yeah, super happy to get it. Awesome. I love Gundam, obviously. There, Square, all that. And the one I'm most excited about, the most recent, because I usually try to go back just to save some pickups in case I have nothing to talk about. But this one was like, bro, look what's here. And you're like, what the fuck? Even the employees are giving me shit for it because they didn't know. They don't know. But Doki Doki Literature Club Plus on the Xbox. If y'all don't know, or Xbox One, if y'all don't know, this thing is like a fucking ghost, dude. Like, to the point where... It
came out 2 years ago?
Something like that. It was pretty recent.
2023?
Yeah, and it was online's how you had to get it. Like, that wasn't a retail release. It was through their store.
Like the publisher store?
Mm-hmm. But like, there's plenty of, I see Switch copies everywhere. I see PS5 copies everywhere. I see PS4 copies everywhere. The Xbox One, I remember when it like launched, people were bitching because like it sold out really quick. Obviously, it's the least popular console, but you know me, I love my Xbox. I needed this. And it got to the point where it's like I couldn't find any of them, so I literally bought the digital version because I wanted to play it. Obviously, I want the achievements. But we were at a game store just walking around, and I was, just perusing, not even minding my business, and I was like, there's no way that says Doki Doki Literature Club on Xbox. And they had $100 on it, which I'm like, I knew it was expensive and kind of uncommon, but I was trying to look up sales data for this thing. There's only been 3 sold on eBay in the last year, and there is 0 listed. So I was like, okay, do I want to sit here and do this right now? And they all sold for $100, plus shipping. So I'm like, this is a fair price. I'm like sitting there kicking it around, like, do I want to drop $100 on this fucking thing? Like, I already have the fucking PlayStation version.
I remember wandering around the store for a while. Was I buying anything?
You might have got something. I don't.
Because
this wasn't even long ago. I don't fucking remember.
It was literally last week. Yeah. But I was just there because I had went to this store to sell some vinyls, and we were in the area picking something else up. And Brian was like, is it worth going to? And I was like, I don't know, man. There wasn't anything there for me when I went. But we ended up going to this one and to another store, which was a great idea because we found some good shit there that wasn't there 2 days prior.
Right.
But I just remember wandering around the store and Brian constantly being like, coming back from an aisle and being like, I don't know, man. Here's how many are sold. And I'm like, I don't know, think about it. And then he'd disappear, and then we'd wander around a little bit, and then we'd reconvene. He's like, all right, here's some more of my research. Like,
yeah.
You were just like pacing, like thinking about it.
Yeah, because it's a modern era game for that much money, and you're like, man, I don't know if this is just like because it's unavailable. They said fuck it, throw 100 on it,
or if it's like FOMO.
Or there's literally like there's only 3 on eBay that have ever sold, and one of them was like $90, and it's really funny. Like, kind of jumping ahead a little bit. I was in an Xbox Live party talking to one of the guys I play. He's a physical collector also, and he was like, yeah, that was me. Like, I bought that one for $90. And he's like, and this guy I know bought this one, and this guy I know bought this one. So, like, it's a small world that, like, we know the people who bought the other ones on eBay. But he was like, you did good. He's like, this thing's a fucking ghost. Like, it sold out instantly. And I was even looking through, like, Reddit threads where people were like, has anyone ever seen the Xbox version? So, like, I might have found a modern ghost. Like, this is the first one I ever saw. So, talking to you, you were like, are you going to regret it if you don't pick it up in, like, a month? And I was like, after knowing there's none available on eBay, and I haven't seen it, yeah, I would. Because, like, I don't think it's going to go up or anything, but I think it's going to stay there. If one does pop up, this is what they're going for.
Is it the most expensive retail, like, standard?
And that was my final, like, all right, I'm doing it. It's non-collector resistant shit. This is the most expensive Xbox One / Series X game out there. And I was like, all right, well, that concludes it for me. I'm grabbing it. So I picked that up. I'm super stoked about it.
And I think comparatively, it's like $20 on PlayStation.
Yeah, because when I took it to the counter, the guy was like, why does this cost so much? Why don't you just buy it on Switch? And I was like, love me some Xbox, brother. It's like, I'm the only guy on earth that loves Xbox this much. Like, I'm doing it. But it's even got all the stickers and stuff and the little card. Like, it's complete.
It's got everything in it.
So that was also another determining factor. But I'm pretty happy to get that. Again, I didn't know this was, like, that rare and expensive. I knew it was uncommon. Like, I've never seen one, and I couldn't get one when it launched. But pretty cool, man. So pretty stoked about that. It's a nice little segue for this episode, the Xbox One Grails. I mean, to me, it's a Series X game. If it says Series X on it, it's a fucking Series X game.
I think it's a very good honorable mention. Not so much a Grail, but I think an honorable mention.
Yeah, maybe in time, but yeah, for sure. Super stoked to get it. It's the jewel of the Xbox One / Series X. So super stoked to get that. What about you? What'd you pick up?
I'm trying to find the most expensive retail PS5 game.
See, it's
like
tricky
standard copy.
I know for Xbox, like that Kickstarter, Eluding Chronicles was like technically, but it wasn't. I don't consider it in the same vein as retail. Like online is retail. Modern times, it's the way you do shit now. Like Power Wash was the same way.
Okay, I don't know what this is, but apparently it's Freedom Planet 2.
Freedom Planet 2.
Yeah, it's not like an. Maybe it was an exclusive somewhere or Boxville variant cover. Limited Legacy. Trying to find like a non-collector's edition. Sea of Stars. I Am 8-Bit. I was just curious.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of like an untapped market because we're right in the middle of it, you know?
Yeah.
The consoles have been out for 5 years now, so now you're starting to get some items that are collectible or more uncommon.
Yep. As I was looking through it, I was like, oh, I don't have the Spider-Man 2 Collector's Edition in my inventory.
Gotta add it.
I had to add it real quick. I'll go over 3 very briefly. I finally found the first Space Marine game for the PS3. I remember playing this when it came out, and I really, really liked it. It was a great game. And then I went through a purge, and it was just one of the games, and I'm like, I had a good time with it, and then I sold it like before the price dropped.
It's before we played Warhammer, and we're like, bro, this shit.
Yeah. So
Tell me about it.
And then just for forever, you would see that game on shelves for like $4.
Yeah.
$4. So coming back into it, you know, being like, oh, I'm kind of interested in Warhammer lore now. Like, I remember that game being really fun. Let me go pick it up. It's been eluding me for a couple months, and I finally was able to snatch a copy of that.
Yeah.
And then on a trip that we did to another store, I walked by a case, and I see this Armored Core game for the PlayStation 1 sitting inside of there, and I was like, It's Armored Core Project Phantasma. So I know it's not the first Armored Core game, but there's not a lot of Armored Core games on PS1, because Armored Core 2 is on PS2. So I was like, I don't remember which one this was, but let me check the price on it, because I think that's about right. And then I looked at it, and it was like $30 to $50 cheaper than what it goes for online. And I was like, I'm going to walk out of here with that.
Yeah, because I remember I checked out, and you went over there, you're like, grabbing this. I was like,
yeah.
What?
I was just like wandering around the store. I was literally just being like, Brian, the store's buns. Like, there's nothing in here.
Yeah, we went through it quick.
I walked through, and then he's checking out, and I walk over there a little bit, and then I'm like, hey, I want to get something out of here. I need that game right now. I didn't say it like that. But you looked at me like, what? And I'm like, yep, I'm going to go ahead and buy this. I think I told you when we left, and I was like, yeah, this is, I don't know why. I don't know if it's been sitting in there and they just never repriced it, or like what was going on with it, but I got it for a really good deal. The booklet was a little meh, and the jewel case was kind of beat, but I have a stack of brand new ones at home that I use for replacements.
Right.
You know, as a PlayStation 1 collector, you need those.
For sure.
So I'm just going to swap it out, and it's totally fine. So it is the prequel to Armored Core 1 is what it is.
Yeah, because we were looking up. I didn't know there were spinoffs on the PS1. I'm not a huge Armored Core guy, but like I didn't know, so that was cool. That was a good grab. Caught him slipping. Rest in peace, Billy from Game Chasers. That was like their catchphrase. I know you ain't a Game Chaser guy, but
I'm
that
not.
was caught him slipping.
And then the last one, which I suppose is my honorable mention for Holy Grails, because it's not really a Holy Grail. Like, for me as a collection, like, I need this. But that game that I was talking about a couple episodes ago, where I said I can't spend all my money and buy Shining Force 3, I went back and I spent all my money and I bought Shining Force 3. Because I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? There's some games in my collection that, like, I need to hone in a little bit better. There's some stuff that I'm never going to play. I don't know why I collected it. So I pulled out probably about 70 or 80 games that I'm shedding and being like, this is kind of filler. I need to shed some so I can like focus down on like what I really want.
Another reason to join the Discord, because you put your list up in there.
I did, and nobody bit. So you bit one game.
Yep.
So I've already started moving those out so I can use that money to basically buy more specific things that I want. So that was my justification for buying Shining Force 3. I was like, I can't buy Shining Force 3 without letting some things go. That's just kind of where I'm at with it. So
you're responsible.
That's always been one that it's not like, it's on my wish list because it's a Shining Force game, but it's not like I need that Shining Force game.
Right.
So that's just the one of two left that I needed. I need the Game Boy Advance one, and that's it. But it's a competitor for Fire Emblem. So it's right up my alley. I've always wanted to play them. I've never actually played one all the way through, so might be something we see next year, maybe, potentially. But that was my kind of big old purchase.
Nice. Yeah, that was a good grab, I think, in hindsight.
Yeah, I'm happy to have that one, and it's clean.
It's clean as shit. It's very approved, bro. Yeah. It was nice. Because I remember the first time I looked at it, I was like, damn, somebody brought their collection in.
Yeah.
All those games were in good shape.
Yeah. And that was the same place where I got Blazing Heroes. The guy that runs that is a guy that always goes to the shows that we go to. Shout out Alan if you never watch this or listen to this show.
He's the man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
we got my Fatal Inertia from.
Just glad to pick that up.
Yep. But as far as what I've been playing, it's a bunch of podcast games I can't talk about. None of them in particular, but you'll hear my thoughts soon, maybe after this episode. But the one game I have been like playing because it's a server closure game, surprise, is Hades Star Black Nebula, or it's Hades Star Black Nebula. Look, man, this thing, it's kind of infamous in the achievement hunting community because they put it out there and it hasn't even been out there on the marketplace long enough to get all the achievements. So like nobody's ever completed the game. 0. It's going to be the first game that nobody completes due to time constraints. But all it is, it's like a mobile game where you like build up a little empire and you clear the map of like outer space, collecting resources. And like usually I'm not a huge mobile guy, but like I actually kind of having fun with this one. I wish I would have known about it when it first dropped because it's free. But I don't know. It's just maybe I'm in that mood where it's like scratching mobile game itches where numbers are going up because like Farm Together also I'm still playing. Like maybe that's where I'm at as a gamer. I'm just an old geezer with my fucking touchscreen phone being like, oh yes, look at these numbers going up. Like I'm having fun with it, honestly. I'm not going to get it done. Obviously it's going to sunset in like, I think, 10 days, I think. But I've actually been enjoying my limited time with that while playing the podcast games. It's nice to like, it's so stupid, bro, because even on a console, you have to let the time regenerate and let your like resources fill back up before you can move and shit. It's literally a mobile game they ported to consoles. So it's for better or for worse, but that's what I've been playing. That's the game I can talk about that I've been playing anyway. I gotta keep these lips sealed on the other ones. But what about you? What have you been playing?
Not really anything new. I'm kind of biding my time until Digimon Time Stranger comes out.
Yeah.
Which is gaining a lot of traction right now. Due to the Pokemon controversy of this game's not even ZA or however however you say that one, where they were announcing paid DLC before the game is even out, which to me reads as, here's some shit that we could have put in the game that we're going to make your peasant asses pay for.
It should be called Pokemon money symbol. S, 2 lines. Just fuck, man.
Yeah, so people have been comparing that game versus the Digimon Time Stranger that's coming out because the demo for that came out recently, so people got to get their hands on it to really play it.
Right.
I've always been a Digimon story fan. I love Cyber Sleuth. So the second they announced this, I think was it a PlayStation showcase?
Maybe
in March or something like that?
Yeah, it was that Fire PlayStation showcase. Yeah.
Second it was available for pre-order, I snatched that bitch up. I said, so fast that I forgot about it. Missed the opportunity to get the collector's edition that's on Bandai, which stupid ass me, I should have known. So that'll be something that I'll be looking for. But I've always been sold. Digimon's always been my shit. So like maybe now Digimon's getting the recognition that we deserve. Maybe a good game because Survivor or Digimon Survive like was not it. Okay, visual novel is just not a game to get people into a series.
It's weird because I think that's the one I picked it up because I was like, oh, it's visual novel. I'm the only one though. Like I like visual novels.
It's a strategy RPG visual novel.
It's a weird hybrid.
Yeah, so that was interesting. So I haven't really been playing anything new to invest my time into because I'm waiting for that. But I did finish Bolt Gun. So the base game's 100% done.
Killed Bolt Gun, bro.
Horde mode's probably not going to happen. I did buy the DLC because I want to play it.
Nice.
But as far as like 100%ing the whole thing, I don't know.
You got the base 1000.
I got the base. Well,
what's it called on PlayStation?
Yeah. It's just 100%.
Yeah. You 100% of the base game.
Yeah, they didn't put in platinum, right? They didn't put in a platinum
Bullshit.
for it. So
bullshit.
The only gold trophy in it is beating the game in Exterminatus mode. So
that should be a fucking platinum, dude. It's tough. The game's fucking hard.
I think collectively it's got me at like 29 hours or whatever.
It's not bad.
Which is a long time for some people, but I spent a lot of time replaying a lot of levels because you die so much. Oh, yeah. And then once I beat it, I went back through on the easy mode to go through and get all the secrets for those trophies. That's the way. Other than that, I've been touching TGC Simulator a little bit more. They've added graded cards into it, so and decorations and stuff. So played that a little bit, and then There was something else. Oh, Power Wash Simulator.
Hey, approve. I approve.
Yeah, I'm not playing it like Brian is, but after I've had a long day at work, or if I just need a couple minutes to like turn my brain off and not think anymore, I turn it on, but I mute it and I just listen to my D&D live plays. So
go into that trance.
Yep, that's it. So,
dude, honestly, I can't wait for Power Wash Simulator 2 this year. Like, it's a day one purchase for me after.
I love Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah. Well, the 2's crossplay, so like.
Hell yeah, I'll be playing it.
Hell yeah, yeah, I can't wait, man. It's gonna.
I was like, oh, I forgot they had Warhammer on here.
Yeah, dude, some of those are crazy, like the big mechs and shit. Like it was a blast.
So we'll just go right into some Holy Grails. Now, Holy Grails, definitionally, everyone apparently on the internet argues about what the fuck Holy Grail is.
I was shocked that there's actual like, discourse on this, bro. But it's the internet, so everybody's got to fight about everything, I guess.
I'm not talking about white whales. I'm not talking about games that have eluded us for years that we've just never been able to get, and we finally got them. And there might be some crossover for that.
Yeah, for sure.
But Holy Grails, for what we're looking at, are games that we've known of the existence of, and it's something that is like core to our collecting, right? So our Holy Grails are going to be very different from each other. Not every person's Holy Grail is Snatcher. Okay, I couldn't give a singular shit about Snatcher. Is it expensive? Yeah. Is it rare? Yeah. I don't care. That's not my Holy Grail.
Right.
You know, I've got a different definition than the next person. So this is a very personal list for us. Situationally, mine just ends up being expensive from what I've kind of picked out. So
I mean, also, we're not like humble bragging and shit about what we have or whatever. Like, we've been doing this for a long time, so like some of these we didn't pay crazy prices for.
And I'll tell you, if there's a couple of these I do remember exactly how much I paid for or I did not pay for. So
yeah,
you know, I'll tell you how much I paid for it, because like we're talking about some of this stuff I got over 10 years ago.
Right.
You know, it's not like, oh, I just happened to steal a fucking deal from somebody two days ago in this market. Like, some of the stuff we got before collecting was kind of even on the radar. And I guess to kind of start that by defining what I mean by that, one of my Holy Grails that I'm going to talk about is the Pikachu Game Boy Advance. So the Pikachu Game Boy Advance is something I am just a Pikachu. I love Pikachu. Okay, I've got Pikachu, all kinds of shit everywhere. If there was
you have a shrine.
I have a shrine. I have a Pikachu shrine. Like any of the Pikachu consoles, like I go for those. It's just Pikachu, right? You
did a short, right? With your
we did a little short where I was like 5 Pikachu consoles.
Check it out on YouTube.
Consoles. I think the only one at this point I don't have is the Game Boy Color.
I always forget about that one
with the Pichus on it, the gold one. I don't have that. I've found those, but they're always beat the fuck. So that's not really something that's like super high on my radar, but it's been one that I think I just have that one left. I'm not going for the 64 variant colors. There are other region, like the light blue and the orange.
They had different colors.
Yeah, Japan is orange, Europe is light blue, and then we got the dark blue one. So there's Pikachu variations for the 64 too. I'm not doing all of that, okay?
You're not a variant whore.
I'm not a variant whore. I'm apparently a DS variant whore because I have every Pikachu 3DS that there is.
But that's something you collect, so like it's...
Yeah, so the Pikachu Game Boy Advance was the one that just eluded me. Just eluded me forever. And I got, I used to work, I think at the time I did still work in the game store. We have a local like retail game store where movies, games, collectibles, like all kinds of shit, right? And I believe at the time I was still working at that store. So this is definitely like 8+ years ago at this point. And I believe, if I remember correctly, I was in school. And the manager from another location, because this is when I was managing that store, and a manager from another location texted me and said, hey, we got the Pikachu DS in, like, I know you're looking for it. And I was like, please. I'm like, girl, please. I need it. How much is it? And at the time, we didn't really, in like, the collecting bubble that we have right now is not how it was a long time ago. So at the time, there was no pricing guides for special editions. We priced them the same as every Game Boy Advance. So every Game Boy Advance, regardless if it was Blue or Pikachu or Groudon or, you know, the Pokemon Center ones.
Right.
And I have one of those, but that's not even like close to my Holy Grail list. I just happened to get one. Though they were all priced the same. So she was like, it's $40, but it doesn't have the box or anything. I said I couldn't give a shit. Hold it. So I left class. I said, look, I gotta go.
It's an emergency.
I gotta go. And I drove across the town. I drove across town in the rain to run in there and get this shit. And I think it came with like an aftermarket charger or whatever. I don't really know. But I got the Pikachu. I got him. His little mouth is a little scratched up. So it's like not like a mint condition SP, but it's fully functioning. The battery maybe doesn't hold a charge that great, but double backlights still work.
Sick.
Because I believe it's a 101 model, because that's how they came. So that was, like, when I talk about when we buy things that kind of aren't in the sphere of a collectible, like, some of this stuff didn't get that recognition of, like, oh, there's an upcharge on the Pikachu Game Boy Advance SP because it's the rare collectible Pikachu at Advance SP. Like, they just sold it at the same price as every fucking other one. Because that was a pricing guide that we had.
Right. I don't think the rest of the world caught up to, like, oh, eBay is the going rate for house shit.
Absolutely not. Because
even if you think about like how I saved enough money to open my store, I used to hit the local game stores, hit Half Price Books, even Half Price Books, which was like a national chain. And they didn't price off eBay back then.
Well, the thing about it is technologically they had internal inventory pricing systems, and they didn't scrape off of eBay. They scraped off of some other places for some stuff, but it was harder to scrape because keywords. So they didn't scrape any of their data off of eBay yet. They didn't have that. So Gotcha Force. I remember going in the system because there was a point where I was like, me being a knowledgeable person went through this inventory because, you know, regardless if it was in stock or not, we could see how much it was. If it came in, this is how much we would have paid, and this is how much we would sell it for. If anybody called, how much are you taking Madden 25 for? $0. You know, like we've got too many. And so inside of the inventory, I would just surf through. I would just go through GameCube. I would just go through PS2. And I'm like, which of these games do I know that they're a higher price than what we've priced them at? Right? Because I'm looking... you probably weren't supposed to do this, but you're not supposed to really go in there and competitively buy things to sell them. Which is not what I did anyways. But I would go through and being like, okay, what of these games have I wanted? And I know that they're a higher price and I can snatch them for fucking cheap now. Oh, it says there's one in the system. Oh, there's a fucking Goblin Commander in the system for GameCube. Cool. And there was a long time where Gotcha Force was $7.99.
Oh, God. Oh.
Because the entire system was manual.
Yeah.
The entire pricing system in this store was manual entry. So once it was manually put in, that entry would not change price until we went back through and changed it. And the amount of times that people went back through and changed it before it had an automated updated system was few and far between.
You can imagine.
And this is before we had the pricing. We had the little price guns where you'd have to click, 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 and then click, click, snap it on the case. So there wasn't an automated update barcode system. So there was a long period of time where like the prices were just whack.
Yeah.
But no one knew any better.
Whack in our favor.
Yeah, whack in our favor for sure. And then especially when the system fucks up and you go through a repricing every single morning and you see fucking Beat Mania. For whatever reason, Beat Mania on the PS2 is now all of a sudden going for $54. And I go, oh, now's the time to sell Beat Mania.
Right.
Because I know that's not right.
Yeah.
But that's how I got my Pikachu, is I got it for $40. Because that's just how we priced everything at the same time. And that was all across the city.
Yep.
So...
I mean, dude, I love that console. I'm not super familiar with it because yours is literally the one I've ever seen in person. I forget how the shoulder buttons are black like his ear tips. That's so fucking cool, dude. Like, it's a really pretty...
It's just...
special edition.
You'll see it. It's the entire shell is yellow, and it's got Pikachu's cute little face on it.
Yeah.
And then if you open it up, the buttons are brown. Like his stripes.
That's cool as shit.
And it's got a little darker yellow Pikachu on the bottom right corner. But it's thematically a Pikachu. You know, and you could look at some things where it's like, oh, I've got something else to talk about too. But it's like, oh, a special edition console, but it's just yellow. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I think we were talking about in the Discord recently how, like, I really miss special edition consoles, dude.
Yeah.
Because, like, this generation's been ass, which, funny, I forgot to mention. I guess there's a Ghost of Yotoi fucking PS5 coming out
Is it just a PS5 or is it plates?
No, it's like a full PS5, like the Spider-Man one.
Oh,
they
really?
did separate plates for, but it's like a complete. They have a black one and they have a gold one. It's kind of sick. I was like, damn, I willed this into existence in the Discord, but it's something you don't see very often anymore. Like it's a little off track, but I long for the days of collectible consoles.
And they had the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Switch.
Yeah.
And I was like, I fucking just want Pikachu. Like I don't care about Eevee. But the Switch too, I think we're done.
I don't think we're getting any
special
Switches. I think you might get some color variants down the road for like the Joy-Cons or whatever, but as far as like...
And if they made a special edition Pikachu Switch Lite, I would have bought that too. But they never did. I don't think they did any special editions for the Switch Lite.
I think just colors, yeah.
They just did colors, and then the last Switch we got was Zelda and Animal Crossing.
Damn.
That's it. We got Zelda, Animal Crossing, Pikachu, and fucking Monster Hunter. And I think that was about it.
The Diablo
there's a Diablo one?
Yeah,
okay.
I really want that one just because I love Diablo, but it's got like demons and shit on it for Nintendo.
The DS and the Game Boy era was like the pinnacle.
Oh, yeah.
They did anything and everything they could on a DS.
Yep.
So, but yep, that's mine. The Pikachu SP.
It's a super cool piece, man. I love how you display it proudly. Like I can tell it's one of your Grails. I didn't try to guess yours beforehand. I mean, I knew one of those over there, but like, I can tell this is like super special to you, and that's to me like that's what a Grail is. Like you're talking about how everybody's is individual. Like y'all are gonna crack the fuck up at one of mine. I already fucking know, but the term Grail, I feel like it turned into like this collector term where it has to be expensive and it has to be rare. It's just a brag. It's not, man. Like I can tell. If that was worth $10, it would still be sitting exactly where it is on your shelf.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I have the Pikachu SP, I have the Groudon SP.
Yeah.
Which one's in a shelf and which one's in a drawer that I don't ever look at?
Just because you love that fucking thing.
Right.
Maybe love's a strong word, but like I love my games. But that kind of leads me to I wanted to save this one for last because it's like not the most valuable. But for me, like even my want list and shit for Grails, what I look at's like my childhood games, bro. Because like I've been playing games for a long time, and I have like a weird relationship with like console gaming as a kid. Because my dad was like PC Master Race before it was cool to be PC Master Race. That's what he did for a living. Like he built computers before he was a police officer. So like that's what he did. It's all he knew. I think I've talked about on the podcast before too. Like the only reason why I got a PlayStation is because our house started on fire. Someone started my dad's police car on fire. Started the house on fire. And, like, the church we went to at the time was like, oh, those poor bastards, like, let's get them a PlayStation. Like, that's the only reason why I have one. But, obviously, I love video games. Like, I grew up playing DOS computer games and things like that. I didn't have a console until the PlayStation. And, lo and behold, I remember seeing it in the video. Because, like, I remember going to the library and shit. Or my mom would drag us to, like, half-price books. Because she was really into, like, reading. I'd always flip through the Game Pros and the Game Informers and whatever video games at the time. I think it was a Game Pro. They did a cover for Spider-Man for PlayStation from Neversoft. And I was like, oh my god, like I'm a huge Spider-Man fan if y'all don't know. Like, it's permanently tattooed on my body. Like, Spider-Man shit's all over this house. Like, my Discord name's Spider-Man, my gamertag Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man as a character to me is more than a character. Like, I always joke and say, like, it's the most pivotal American literature ever. Just because he's the most relatable character of all time. Like, he's been through a lot of the same shit we have. He's sometimes been through some worse shit than we have, but like he is a teenager who happens to be a superhero. Like we've all gone through school.
Yeah, I feel like when you look at like comics and culturally and like how they're written, like there's Superman who's seen as like the superhero you look up to, and then there's Peter Parker who's the superhero that you like are on the same level with.
You kind of like you can put yourself where he's at if you had superpowers because he's a normal kid that goes to high school who got fucked with because he was smart or he liked certain shit. Like, even funny shit, like, he had a beautiful woman hitting on him. He was like, I want to do science. Leave me alone. Like, there's so many things where, like, anybody can kind of, like, self-insert into Peter Parker, right? And that's one of the reasons why I love Spider-Man. But, like, my dad was, like, a huge comic collector. It's one of the early things I've collected. And he was, like, he's the reason why I love Spider-Man. Like, he used to, like, everyone else's parents would read him bedtime stories. He'd be like, all right, we're going to do, like, a Silver Age Spider-Man issue out. That's what you're getting. That's what you're going to bed with. So, like, I think that's another reason why I love, like, Silver Age Marvel. But, like, Spider-Man's so important to me more than just, like, I'm a fan of Spider-Man. Spider-Man is, like, pivotal to my well-being, and it sounds so fucking corny and shit.
Spider-Man is pivotal to your identity, Brian.
For real. No, like, all joking aside, for real. Like
there can't be a Brian without Spider-Man.
For real. Like, I love Spider-Man. So, like, seeing this thing announced for my first console, which, I was a stupid kid. I love video games. Like, still love video games. Seeing that and being like, oh my god. And I was, like, really into skateboarding back then. The fact that Neversoft was making this fucking game, I was like, oh my god. Like, the Tony Hawk people are making a Spider-Man game. This game's made for me. Like, fuck everybody else that loves video games. This is my game. I remember, like, telling my dad about it, and he was like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck. He would play the PlayStation sometimes, and he would play, like, hockey, or football. But he's like, fuck it, computer. I'm going back to the computer. Mm-hmm. So, like, the fact that it was an exclusive for PlayStation when it was first announced, he kind of realized, like, oh shit, if I want to play this fucking thing, it's clearly he did. Like, going through the eyes of a kid and be like, my dad bought this for me. Like, come on, we all know. He bought it for himself to play too. But I remember him coming home with it. Like, literally, he was, like, still in uniform and shit. Like, just got off work, went to Toys R Us, grabbed it. And, like, it's weird because I have a horrible brain fog. Like, I don't have a great memory. But I remember vividly, like, walking through the door and just being like, look what I got, boys. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, instantly fucking had to play it. And I love this game. We did an episode on it, the Ports episode. Check it out on YouTube. But I think you can tell in the episode how passionate I am about this game. I love this game. I still have my childhood copy. And this thing, we'll put pictures up. It is not pretty, bro. There is no manual.
Worse. Let me see it.
I tried to take care of my stuff as a kid. It's fucking beat the shit. It's ugly. Like, it was loved, bro. I played this game so much as a kid. Because, like, this was before, Spider-Man 2 is the game that everyone's like, oh, that's the best Spider-Man game. I don't give a fuck, bro. You're holding the best
Have you ever
Spider-Man
had this buffed?
No.
It's not that bad.
Really? Let me see
yeah. Yeah, it's not that bad for being a game that a kid played and never
my dad used to beat me with the belt and be like, stop fingerprinting it! But yeah, there's no book. The case is pretty beat up. It's, like, scuffed. I'm thankful my name's not written across it. Mm-hmm. And, like, yeah, I have a clean copy of this game is because I wanted, like, a complete copy because this doesn't have a book, right? If there's a house fire or something, this is one of the first things I'm grabbing. Like, my childhood copy of Spider-Man for PlayStation, this is, like, my grail. And, like, the things that I want are a lot of my childhood games because it makes me feel a certain way, goddammit. Like, I don't care if this is worthless. Monetarily, this banged-up copy of Spider-Man, like, what does this game go for loose? I don't even fucking know.
$15-$20 maybe? I think complete it's like 40.
Yeah, I remember 45. It had a little jump. And that's the thing, like the PlayStation version's the most common. Yeah, loose $17, complete $40. Like, it's not an expensive game, but I don't care about the money. Like, this is special to me. I literally have a memory, a very specific point in time. Like, I can tell you exactly how the living room was laid out, and my brain doesn't work like that. Like, I'm not super sentimental and shit. I don't remember anything. I can't remember sitting in class in high school and shit. My brain sucks. Like, but yeah, I love this game. This is something that I'll always cherish. This is, like, literally my perfect grail, if you will. I think I've got more expensive games sitting here. This is my holy grail that I will never... If I have to get rid of all my shit, I'm not getting rid of that.
Well, the game that I'm getting rid of all my shit and never getting rid of also happens to be the most expensive game I have.
You have great taste, though.
So my grail for the longest time as an identity collector has always been Chrono Trigger.
Right.
Chrono Trigger has crossed both the paths of Toriyama with Dragon Ball and Final Fantasy with the team that did Final Fantasy VI. So I didn't really grow up on Chrono Trigger. I didn't grow up on the Super Nintendo in the same way other people did. We had a Super Nintendo, and I watched my dad play Mortal Kombat, and I said, play Sub-Zero called him Ripple Diddle. I don't know.
We talked about that before.
Yeah, so, like, Super Nintendo wasn't really my thing until the PS1 came, and that's really when I was a gamer. But as I got older, when you're looking back on old games, I'm like, okay, like, I've always wanted Chrono Trigger. This is a game that, like, I wish I could have for my collection. Probably never going to get it. And I happened to offhandedly mention that to someone in my life. And they ended up getting it for me for Christmas. And was like, hey, I knew a buddy from college who's, like, getting rid of his games. I got this for $20.
Wow.
So I got Chrono Trigger in the box for $20. Actually, I got it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it for free. But they got it for $20, and I was like, what? You know, and at the time, if I remember correctly, like, the cartridge was maybe like $100.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it went for complete. But I got this game and there was some stickers on it, and so I went through and I kind of like peeled some of the stickers off because I wanted to clean the cleanest looking box I possibly, and like I'm making what I can out of this. It's okay. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
If you don't love it, I'll take it off your hands.
No, it's not. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Everything's still there. Like the colors are still really bright.
Yeah.
There's just parts of it that had like Kmart stickers or something on there. So I was slowly, like meticulously trying to peel any fucking sticker off of this thing I possibly could. So there's parts on here where you can see that like the cardboard ripped up a little bit, and I went back in with a Sharpie to darken it where the black was, so it would look like you can kind of see some right there. But you can like visually it looks
not bad though,
like a lot cleaner, right? And so I ended up getting a manual for this later. I think I paid like $100 for a manual. I didn't want to spend too much money on like I don't have a poster, but like this is the game that like someone special to me in my life got me for. You know, they just paid attention to something that I said, and it was really thoughtful, because that person was not a gamer, like, at all. They just happened to know someone who was getting rid of stuff and was like, oh, Chrono Trigger, I remember that, let me grab that.
It's awesome.
So this will be the thing that I end up, like, grabbing in my house fire.
Yeah.
It just happens to be the most expensive game in my collection, but, like...
You're sentimentally attached to it.
Yeah, this is one that, like, I'll not get rid of. We're not selling, we're not... Like, this isn't leaving my possession for anything unless someone steals it from me.
And then, we did an episode on this. Check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, this was one of the very, very first episodes that we ever did.
Yeah, it's an early one, so I'm kind of scared to recommend it. But
I was just like, I finally have a reason to make these two doofuses play Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I long for a Chrono Trigger now because of our experience playing it. Like, it's a great game, which I knew going in it was going to be, but that's awesome, man.
Yep, so...
It checks a lot of boxes for you, like you're saying, the Final Fantasy connection, the Dragon Ball Z connection.
Yep.
It just happens to be fucking Chrono Trigger, you know?
Yep.
Which is kind of funny, because my other game's kind of this similar vein, and I think I talked about it on the podcast when we got it, but, like, huge Castlevania fan, and I was just dead set, I'm never going to have a complete in-box copy of Castlevania Dracula X.
I want to say almost everything we've talked about on the podcast before.
I think so.
Just maybe not so. I think that might be the only thing I never mentioned.
Yeah, maybe.
The Pikachu.
That's true.
Because I mentioned my last one when I got it, but
hey,
I think we either have an episode on everything or
I'll buy we do.
Yep.
Check out the Castlevania X episode on YouTube.
I think we're just excited to talk about the things that we really like.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I had a cartridge for this game that I got, and it was like $120 back then, but like that's how much it was, and it's a horrible cartridge. But I was like, I'm never gonna own this game. I'm never gonna have a complete box copy. This is a super expensive Super Nintendo game, and the reason why it was a Grail is because I thought it was unachievable. Like, I never thought I'd have one. Mm-hmm. Lo and behold, the way I got this game, too, I fucking love it. If you've already heard the story, sorry, but we went on a road trip to, like, literally go to a different state and grab some games, and we pulled up. We were doing it all day, and it was, like, later at night, and the store was getting ready to close. I think like an hour before it closed.
I think we were on the way to the motel.
Yeah.
And I wish it was a hotel, but it was a motel. That was not my choice.
Debating to even go to the store, because remember the pictures were like, this looks like a fucking gas station.
I told you guys, we're going to die here.
Yeah,
and we're
going to
roll up. I was like, we're going to roll up and we're going to take one look, but if I have to walk in and walk out that door, we're leaving.
We were like,
it was
shooting the shit about even going to this place, but I'm so glad we did, dude. Like, it looked like a gas station they converted into a game store. And it's funny because, like, I walked in, there's just shit everywhere, and I was immediately drawn to, like, a super tall ceiling of 360 games, and I was like, oh.
It was in an area, and it looked like somewhere where if I touched anything, I was going to get a contact disease immediately.
Yes. That's what's funny, because I was like, oh, look, they have El Shaddai on Xbox. I've been looking over for this. And Barry comes to me, and she's like, they have a Castlevania Dracula X in the box in the case. And I thought you were fucking around. I was like, yeah, okay. So I'm still looking through 360 shit, and I mosey up front. I was like, oh my god, you weren't lying. So I'm talking.
You were like, all right, and then you didn't go over, and I was like, okay, I guess he doesn't want it that bad. Shit.
It's so funny because plus it was day one. I didn't want to like blow all my money.
Yeah, same.
But like I'm talking to the guy, and I'm like, hey, can I take a look at this? And he kind of was like, only if you're serious. You know, I understand because like I'm just some fucking long-haired hippie looking fuck back then. And I was like, let me see your Dracula X, bro. And he was like, only if you're serious. I was like, hey, honestly, like this is the game I'm after more than anything. I've never even seen one in the box. I just want to look at it, make sure it's legit. So I pick it up. You know, box feels good, it looks good.
Didn't they open it up for you too?
Yeah, because that's the thing. And I was like, hey, matter of fact, I am so serious. Like, if you open this and it's legit, we can talk numbers. Because they didn't have a price tag on it.
No, they had 950 on it.
I think they had 1200, and I talked them down to 950. Hey, remember when I said my memory sucks?
Maybe. I don't remember it being. I think no. They had 950 on it, and I think at the time it was cresting that. So it was already a good deal.
I think it was already around 1,000, man. I don't remember, but regardless, I was like, crack this fucker open. It's legit. And I was like, oh my god, the beautiful label. Like, this thing's gorgeous. Yeah, I paid $850 for it in my app I put.
Because you bumped them down to another 100.
Maybe I bumped them down to $850 instead of $950. Yeah, but paying $1,000 for a game is crazy. You said it had been sitting
there for a long time,
right? But it's legit, and I was like, oh my god, like I have to pull the trigger. I didn't love spending that much, but this is literally something I never thought I would get. I was able to do it, thankfully, at the time, and we did an episode on it. Like, I love Castlevania. This is like a high Super Nintendo item I never thought I'd have, man. Like, this is. For Castlevania collectors, this is kind of like the Holy Grail, and I know there's like more expensive versions of DOS and shit, but again, Grail doesn't necessarily mean expensive. Mm-hmm. This is something that like us Super Nintendo fans never got to play because everybody wanted to play Rondo. So like, this game was like fabled. We talked about it in the episode. So like, to actually own a full complete box copy, I was like, holy shit, I obtained my fucking Grail. This fucker sits proudly on my little mini Castlevania shrine, and super happy to get that for sure. It's still unreal to me that I have it. Even doing the episode, looking at it, I'm like, holy shit, I have this fucking game, finally. It's literally was at the number one on my wish list forever, and I never thought I'd have it. Here we are.
Yeah, Brian got in the car, he was shaking.
I was literally shaking.
You were literally shaking.
I was like, because I was honestly like, did I really just spend that much? And I was like, do I really have this game now? And I was like, I thought we'd find some cool shit when we traveled, but like, to find my number one most wanted game day one in the sketchiest fucking store I've ever seen in my life, like, it's crazy. It's a fun story, man.
Yep. I think I got one more. I got one more to talk about.
I got one quick one, but it's okay.
So if anybody knows me in the podcast, I am a Final Fantasy slut. So Final Fantasy VII was always my game. That was the first one I started on. So I don't even know the order of this, but I bought a PSP specifically for Crisis Core, because having the prequel backstory or whatever about Zack, I was like, holy shit, this is everything. Like, oh my god, because this is so many years after the Final Fantasy VII came out that like we were like starved. We were starved, and we were finally getting something. So I bought a PSP just for Crisis Core. And then I found out that there was a Crisis Core Special Edition. And then I found out that Crisis Core Special Edition was Japan only. So I was just heartbroken. Yeah. Absolutely heartbroken. I settled. Like, and this is me in high school. So I don't have the means to buy anything from Japan. I don't know anybody in Japan. I've got no way, like, I don't want to say it's dial-up, but maybe it was a long time before we got better internet at my house.
Probably DSL at the time,
yeah. But there was no possible way for me to access getting this game, or getting the console. So I want to say it was about last year, I finally was just like, you know what? I know I use a proxy website a lot, and a lot of times things that are expensive over here that are Japanese are not as expensive over in Japan just because they're more accessible. That's just how it works. Yeah. There's plenty of things that I've gotten really good deals on. And I've heard some other stories of some other people getting Japanese exclusive game collectibles a lot cheaper on proxy websites. And what that is it's essentially a website where you kind of buy like tokens almost, where you buy tokens in order to use that currency on an auction website in Japan, and they'll pay for it, and it ships to a warehouse for the proxy site where they repackage it again to send it to you in America. So it doesn't go directly from a seller to us in America. It goes to a seller to somewhere else in Japan that's working as a third party to get it overseas. Because there's a lot of people overseas that don't want to deal with shipping to America. Get it. They don't want to deal with shipping internationally.
I like shipping locally, bro. Fuck that.
So proxy website's kind of like a third party, like the middleman to get that stuff physically, to say, okay, we can get it to you for a fee, for a cost, like how much it's going to be. So generally shipping on it, it's like, it's not expensive, but you kind of got to be careful with it, because once you've dedicated some buying it, you have to pay the shipping. There's no way to get out of it.
Right.
So I was able to find a Crisis Core PSP limited edition on this proxy website, complete in box, complete with the keychain. And the keychain is the thing that's really hard to find because it has a tray in the top that has a keychain nested in it, and then it has the metallic cover PSP game nested under that, and then its individual box for the PSP under that. And it comes in like a shoebox. It looks like a shoebox size. So I was able to snag one. I was like, holy shit, there's one on here. And they listed it as like bad condition. And I'm looking at the photos like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is like immaculate.
They got higher standards than you,
They have extremely higher standards. And I think if anybody's ever used a proxy site or seen people who are over in Japan sell things and how they classify what damaged and scratched and whatever is, they have extremely high standards for condition.
Yeah.
If there's even barely a scratch on it, it immediately takes the price down substantially far. Whereas over here, I guess Joe Schmo down the street is like, it's a Pikachu DS and there's barely a Pikachu. Like, there's one of his eyes and half a cheek left, but I'm charging you full price.
9.8 if you submit it to CGC.
If you turn it around, it looks really good, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this like, they're selling this for such a low number because of like a little scratch that's on the outer circle of the PSP onto the UMD plate on the back. And I'm like, this is the only thing I could possibly see. I was like, all right, well, I've never committed to this much because, like, once you buy the token currency, you don't get it ever refunded. So if you lose an auction on it, you still have all that token money that you can't be like, well, I lost the auction, refund me my money. They will not do that. So it just sits there until you spend it on something else.
Interesting.
So I was like, all right. So I think I ended up, like, battling it with, like, one other dude, but it did not get very high because I think at the time I was looking at it, it was like $50.
Ooh.
It was like $50. I was like, I might be able to finally get this. Like, for me to get this in my hands will be like a childhood dream.
Yeah.
And I ended up paying, I feel like I talked about it on the podcast at one point when I did pick this up. I don't know if I specified how much I got it for, but if I'm remembering correctly in my brain, I think after shipping fees and all of that whatnot with the proxy site to get it here to my house, I think I paid $170.
Yeah, not bad.
This goes for about $400 if you buy it on eBay from an American seller or someone who knows what it is. Right. Like American eBay, it's about $400. So I was never gonna buy this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm super excited to have this thing. It looks stupid.
I think it's cool, man.
It looks stupid as a box. Like, you literally pick this up and you're like, is there a pair of shoes in here?
It's gaudy. I love gaudy shit.
It's literally a little, like, shoe box. Like, imagine a little kid's shoe size. And then, like, there's nothing about this box that displays well. And then there's just the PSP box inside. Like, the actual slim and light PSP box is not, like, a special... It doesn't specify it's special or anything. Know. And then you open it up and it's just silver and it's got them printed on the fucking back.
I love the keychains on top too.
Yeah. So
it's like you bought a PSP, but it's like, look at the keychain first.
That was definitely like my holy grail as a Final Fantasy collector, is one of those things that like I never got the opportunity to. And now as an adult, I got the opportunity to finally get it.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome. It's perfect for your collection. Like, that's literally made for you.
And there's no good way to display this, so I kind of just take the entire box and then I just set it on top of the Final Fantasy 16 box and it just stays there.
I think the black and silver on it looks really cool, like the foil and stuff, but yeah, the top's kind of... Plus, it doesn't open like a shoebox. It has like a hinge.
Yeah, it opens as if like a shoebox was connected on one side.
Yeah, again, something displayed proudly in your collection that you love. Like, it's literally a grail.
And it's got the little hole on the side, just like a shoebox. Yeah, it's literally a shoebox.
It's so funny. But yeah, it is cool, man. I like the art on the side, too, with cloud and shit. That's fucking badass.
So.
Yeah. Lastly, speaking of not being able to display well, we did an episode on it. Y'all know I'm an Xbox guy. I think it's safe to say the Xbox Holy Grail is Steel Battalion, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, it's funny, this is one we both have, and I don't know if it was a Grail for you, but I know it was like the number one Xbox.
It was for a while. It was one of those things that I had looked for a very, 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 very long time.
Did I get mine before you? I don't remember.
Yes. I was the last one to get it.
Because we all ended up getting one. Because
you went to the store that I was just at, and you were like, look what I got, and you walked out with it.
I think you were with me, though, weren't you?
No, you were with,
I swear I thought you were
with Nate. I got a picture of it.
Oh, yeah, because you were just there with Nate.
You guys invited me, and I think I was doing something.
Yeah,
no.
Right.
Either I was doing something, or it was one of those times where you never invited me, and then I found out later, and I was like, you bitch.
It's so funny, though, because, like, it's such an uneventful story. Like, we were just like, oh, yeah, Barry's is here, but, like, fuck it. We literally hit every store in the city. It's just what we do, you know? Walk in.
Here's the thing. If I just said I was just there and there was nothing good, that's when you go, because that's when the good shit appears.
It's happened multiple times.
Yeah.
But, literally I just walk in, say hi to the guy behind the counter, and he's literally, like, fucking with the joystick's controller. Mm-hmm. And I was like, is that for sale? Like, not even... He's like, yeah, we just got in here a little bit. He's, like, literally got the price sticker thing printed out for it to put in the box, and I was like, looked at it, and, you know, it was full price for the time. It was $500. But he's like, it's complete.
That's what I paid for mine.
Right. And he's like, the manual's sealed, like, it's complete. It's like, no, there's nothing wrong with it. And I was like, well, don't put that sticker on the box, because I'm going to take that, and I guess I'll look around the rest of the store. But Nate was like, holy shit, really? I was like, dude, but, like, when are you going to see one? Like, yeah, we've seen the controllers and shit around town, you know?
And that's the thing about Steel Battalion that I always was like, I will not budge on, is I want the box.
Right.
I will not buy this without the box.
It adds to it, you know? And it's like, the Mega Jockey can always be fucked up. Like, this one was nice. I did end up having one of the little switchers fall off, but, like, whatever, it's repairable. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's broken. And
it's a game very difficult to buy online.
Imagine paying for shipping for that fucking thing, dude.
The shipping, especially if it's loose without the box, and then the shipping for it, and then who's to say if it's actually going to work when it gets to you?
You don't know what the sticks feel like and shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of reasons why you gotta buy this one in person, but, like, you know, Nate's had it forever, and I'm not gonna lie, I was, like, envious, because I'm like,
same.
I want this fucking game. So I finally found one. It was just like, holy shit, especially on a whim. Like, you didn't expect to find, you know, your most desired favorite console game ever. Like, it literally is a grail for me. So that's why it's on this list. But super happy to have it. And just the memory of, like, I remember putting the fucking controller in a seatbelt and shit, like, in my backseat of my truck.
Yep.
Like,
because it was together and you didn't want to break it down. You just wanted to shove it in the car.
I think that's buried somewhere in the Discord, like, seatbelting this fucking thing. Yeah, I didn't want to break the controller up and put it in the box. I was like, nope, we're just going to take care of this puppy.
So I can't remember... Did I get mine on the first store in that trip?
I don't think so. I think you and Nate went out, because y'all got it in...
Were you not there?
I wasn't.
Okay, so maybe we were vibing this place out, because we went there. That was the first store we went to on our trip, where I got Arc the Lad.
Yeah, and you and Nate went back, I think.
Okay, so this was our first time there then, because we told you, like, bro, you got to go to this store when we go on this trip. And I walked in the door, and there's fucking Steel Battalion on the counter sitting in a box, and I was like, holy shit. I said, I'm getting it.
It's so funny, we both just walked in, and the first thing we saw was Steel Battalion, like, yep.
I'm getting it. And, like,
it's not hard to miss.
I didn't care. Like, you guys were always like, do you want blue button, do you want green button, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I want the blue button because blue is my favorite color, but, like, I want a Steel Battalion. I'm not going to be fucking picky and choosy. If I get the opportunity to buy a Steel Battalion and it's a green, I'm buying it.
Right.
So I get there, and I'm like, can I please see this? Is everything in there? And they pulled it out. I didn't have all of the little cardboard inserts that you have in yours. But it was the controller and the game inside of there. We opened it up, and Nate's like, oh, it's a blue button. It's a blue button. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll buy it. Sick. I think I bought that in a Dragon Ball game or something. And he's like, oh, it's a blue button.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, I guess I'm lucky I got the blue button.
Between the two of us, we got every color.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I'm lucky I got the blue button, but, like, I'm just so glad that I got a Steel Battalion in the box.
For real. I'm like, I feel blessed to have this fucking game, dude. And honestly, after playing it with y'all, like, it adds to it. The game's so fucking fun. It's so unique. Like, there's nothing like Steel Battalion.
Yeah.
And I've seen some people in the comments be like, oh, it's like VR. No, the fuck it's not.
No.
It's a completely different experience. Like, it is a one of one. It's a true unique experience. It's a true hidden gem. Even, like, the controller and shit. I could even say, like, hey, the controller itself's a fucking Grail piece, you know, because it's so different. But having it complete, it's just like the cherry on top. Like, I'm so thankful to have that game.
You wanna talk about a little bit about some of the things you want?
Yeah, I do, because y'all are gonna crack up because it's so it's so catered to me specifically, and we've talked about this from beating a dead horse, but I'm 99% of the population ain't even gonna know these games, bro. All right. So I talked about in the beginning episode, you know, I grew up playing the computer, and it is interesting because one of these, they had a recent console release. Limited Run Games did a humongous entertainment collection, And one of these games was featured on there. If y'all don't know, Humongous Entertainment was like a children's educational PC software company in the 90s. And there was, tons of them back then. But this one had like cute, cool cartoon characters, right? One of these was named Putt Putt. And if y'all don't know, he was like a purple car. He had a little dog companion that like drove him around. But it's literally just like a childhood adventure game. But bro, I played the living dog shit out of Putt Putt. And it's sad because my memory sucks so bad. I don't remember which one it was specifically, and there's quite a bit of Putt Putt games. I want to say it was either the zoo or Joins a Parade, but I just don't remember. It's been too long. But I am dying to have these Putt Putt games like complete in box in the computer. Because I don't even know where my disc, I don't remember if it was on a floppy or a CD, but I want to say it was like Windows 3.1 era. Mm-hmm. But I don't know where my childhood copy's at, which sucks because I have a lot of my childhood copy shit. Like, I don't have this though. And this is like one of the games that I vividly remember playing to the point where it was like, I know everything. I can get it done in like 20 minutes or an hour or whatever. But I have the Switch version for now, which, I'm grateful to have. But that thing's kind of gone up in price for some reason. So maybe I'm not on an island finally remembering Putt Putt. But I know like Freddy the Fish and shit too. I know people know of. But yeah, for me, I want these Putt Putt games on complete in box so bad. And I've been trying to find some of my like childhood PC games complete in box. Like I ended up picking, I think I've talked about it on the podcast before, Dinosaur Safari. Like I ended up finding that. There never was a full box release for it. It was just a jewel case. So I picked up one of those. But then lastly, the one that's like kind of a fucking ghost, man. I can't find this fucking game anywhere. It's another childhood educational game, which is so funny because it's not like I'm avidly collecting. But I have fond memories, and I still have my DOS computer. If I want to try playing these fucking things on my childhood computer, would be really fucking cool. But it's so funny because like I was looking for this game for this episode. I couldn't remember the name of it. I was like, oh, I know the name, but the name that I remember calling it as a kid was not the actual name of the game. The game is actually called Gus Goes to Cyberopolis. Obviously, my dumbass, 3 or 4 year old self, however fucking old I was, couldn't pronounce Cyberopolis, so it was Gus Goes to Cybertown to me. That's what it's always been to me. Okay. So even like talking to Nate, I'm like, yeah, Gus Goes to Cybertown. And, we never corrected each other. That's how we knew it as. But it's called Gus Goes to Cyberopolis. And like, I don't remember the gameplay at all or anything. And I can't find any out there. But like, it's an educational game. It's like a bipedal dog with like a hat. He's cool. He's got like a backwards hat and shit. I don't remember a ton about it from the gameplay. But like, I remember loving that game and adoring that game. And I don't remember how my parents like got these games for me, or how they picked. But that was one I loved. I'd like to find a copy of it. I think there's like gameplay and shit on YouTube that we'll probably have to like, give credit to somebody that's got it out there because I don't have my copy anymore. It sucks. It's another one I know I had because I played the shit out of it, but like I can't tell you where it's at. I don't know. I'd love to have my original copy, but I would be fine getting a copy of it. Mm-hmm. It's just like I don't love going on eBay and buying games, but I'm not going to find old DOS/Windows 3.1 games anywhere else, man. So it's honestly like number one on my list at this point. Like, yeah, Dracula X was because different reasons, but this is like the nostalgia game for me. Like how much I was hyping up Spider-Man, these are like right there. Spider-Man was just a little older in life, so I remember it better. Mm-hmm. These are like the two that I want more than anything. Like I would kill for these, bro. Like,
do you have any games right now that you would consider like an honorable mention of you're actively hunting for them, but they might not be Holy Grail status?
Yeah.
Or you're like, okay, like, I haven't been searching for it for years, but it's like super high up on my thing and it's just eluding me.
I can't fucking find it. Yeah. Really, it's kind of stupid. I'm a variant collector, I've got a lot of like the high tier wish list stuff off my list. Minus there's still Xbox games that elude me, like Outrun 2 Coast to Coast, man. We've talked about it before. Like, still have never seen one in person, like ever. It sucks. I had the PS2 version, sold it.
I did scare you at the store the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I walked around the corner and I was like, hey, Brian, they have Outrun Coast to Coast. And you were like, oh, where? And I'm like, for PSP. And you were like, fuck. And then it's when you turned around and saw the Doki Doki.
For me, it kind of like, that's the one that's replaced Steel Battalion because it's cheaper than Steel Battalion. But like, I've seen more Steel Battalions at this point. It's White Whale territory more than like Grail. But I want a complete in-box or complete Xbox collection because that's like my favorite console to collect for. So
yeah,
that's like my new Grail as far as like non-emotional attachment to just purely like collector mindset, hoard mindset,
Mm-hmm.
That and then Spike Out, which again I think it's kind of a different boat. I think that game is a little more rare than people give it credit for. But I feel like it's also just like shelf porn. Like, it's a little print, so it's expensive. It's an Xbox exclusive. It's kind of like the Grails I don't like talking about. Like, I don't want to... We're collectors, man. We're not flippers. We're not resellers. Like, that content's available on YouTube, quite frankly, if you want to go watch it. That's not what we're about. So, for me, I think Outrun 2 Coast to Coast is like the collectible. That's like my Grail eluding me. But the childhood favorites, man, those are never going to move off my list until I get them. If I get them. And yeah, good luck finding them. I've seen some putt-putts, but not... I don't remember which one it was. It kind of sucks, man.
Yeah.
What about you?
I suppose quick honorable mention, White Whale sort of territory is fucking Naruto Broken Bond.
God, that fucking thing. We gotta find one, bro.
I'm not a full set collector. I just want specific games for what I want for my collection, and like that's it. This is the last 360 game that I want. The entire library I've searched through to see if I possibly want any other game. I don't. This is it. Rise of Ninja was the one that eluded me for a long time, and then now Broken Bond is it. So, that one, and probably Fishing Resort. Just because, like,
can't find it.
You know, that's kind of crossing over a lot of things right now that I'm into. It's like RPGs, and now you've, like, spawned me into fishing, and I'm like, this game... This is what I want.
I hate to say it, bro. After getting footage for our fishing episode, I'm like, God, Barry needs to find this game. Like, it's so fucking fun.
So those are two that, like,
more,
Naruto was a really, really, really big part of my childhood. Like, I remember my uncle, like, when it first aired in Japan, he was able to, like, pirate episodes for it. And I think I was maybe in, like, second grade. 2002, 2003 is maybe when it was. If that kind of gauges how old I am now. But I'm not, like, super old. But I remember that being a huge part where he, like, got some and he was like, look at this, like, new anime that's coming out. Like, it's not over here in the States yet. And I was in love. I was in love with this because I was like, this is a really cool anime. I'm like, and I didn't have a lot of anime exposure except for, like, fucking Dragon Ball. It's on Toonami. But I was in love with Naruto. And then when it finally came over here to the States, because it took about 2 or 3 years, to dub and then move over, and it finally gained popularity here. That was just a large part of my childhood. Everybody in school had their Naruto headbands, so like
the Naruto run.
Yeah, so there are some Naruto games that I'm like, I need these, and those are two that are going to stay in my collection just because of the way that they play. It's not just like a fighting game. So, those two, but I'll just talk about two of my Holy Grails, and these are very expensive games. That's just how it's fallen on what I've decided to choose. Fire Emblem Thracia 776.
Which one's
or
that?
Thracia 776. That is my one of two Holy Grails currently. I have all the Fire Emblems that are in North America. I've got them all complete. I'm done. So now I moved to Famicom, Super Famicom, of things that never released here.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got a couple, and they're not too bad. But this one never came out in North America. I don't know if this ever left. I don't know if this ever left Japan.
I don't think it did, right?
It is also called... Oh, wait, no. Let me double check this real quick before I say shit. Genealogy of the Holy War is also another one that I'm trying to get that didn't really come here. Oh, no, I do have that one, actually. I picked that one up for really cheap. Genealogy of the Holy War is considered one of the best Fire Emblem games that came out on the Famicom, and it complete in box was nothing compared to how much this game is. So, Thracia 776 was initially released as a Nintendo Power Flash cartridge. That's why this game is very, very hard to get. It was a flash cartridge, and what they would do is you would buy a flash cartridge. It's kind of like a blank Famicom cart. And you would go to a store, and you would say, I want to buy this game, and they would flash save it onto that cartridge, and then now that flash cartridge is Fire Emblem Thracia 776. Right? So that was the only way to get it. It was like the digital download. It was like the way to get a digital download game.
It's funny Nintendo was doing that since they're so...
Yeah, so it was so popular that they said, okay, we'll release a retail version of this game. So it finally got like its own own official release that wasn't a flash cartridge. So its own official release with a box and everything. And then it also had a deluxe pack that came with a big box. It came with it came with plushies. It came with all this other crazy stuff, like a super, super special thing with the flash cartridge. The flash cart, if you have one in the box that has Thracia on it, it's probably about $100. But for the like official one, you're looking at $5, $6. It's very expensive because there wasn't a lot of them, and it was very popular. But they're like, all right, well, we'll release some of these because there's some interest in it. But even in Japan, it is a very expensive game. So that's like the Fire Emblem Holy Grail. So it's my Holy Grail because Fire Emblem is like top tier of my collection. So going through trying to get all the Fire Emblem games, now this is it. Right? This is like the last big hurdle I have to go over.
Yeah, it sucks.
So I would love to have this one and a flash cart one. I think the idea of the flash cart is really cool.
The story is cool too.
Because they had the little labels they would put on them too. So it would be a flash cart and you buy it and you get a little sticker label that you could stick on the flash cart. So I think that would be a really cool piece to collect too.
So unique.
Yeah. And then the other one, as is many other people's freaking Holy Grails, Magic Knight Ray Earth. Magic Knight Ray Earth, I had the opportunity to buy. It's for the Sega Saturn. I had the opportunity to buy when I worked at this retail game store. And this was very early on in my career there, so I wasn't even like a shift lead. I was just a little peon. It came in, and I was like, oh my gosh, this and Albert Odyssey. Right? These two came into the same collection. And I said, oh my god, this is finally here. I want this game. And the shift manager was like, no, I'm buying it instead. And I was like, and I couldn't do anything about it. Like, it was right there in my face for $200.
Oof.
Right there. And he was like, nope, I'm the shift manager, so I get first dibs. And I'm just like, I watched it leave. And then a close friend of mine ended up getting a copy too, and she is just a diehard as I am. So like I think she was looking for it harder than I was.
Oh damn.
So situationally, I'm so glad that she ended up picking one up. Because we worked together too. So when it came in, she was like, holy shit, it's here. And I said, you know what? You get it. Like you need this game more than I do. Because she was very into Sailor Moon, so it was a very, like, good mix of what her interests were that was, like, made for her. So I was like, you know what, I'm deferring. But now, like, I've never seen it until recently, and it was $1,200.
Ooh.
And I was like, I can't.
Goddamn, I didn't know it was.
Yeah, I was like, and I can't. I don't know if I'm ever going to get that one. That's going to be me selling a lot of shit to justify buying that.
Your Dracula X, bro.
Yeah, so it is kind of like my Dracula X. And I've been looking for that game for
You're
probably...
just more responsible than me. That's all
yeah,
it really
it's probably
is.
15, 16 years since that kind of first experience happened where I'm like, shit.
I wonder if that guy still has that copy.
Oh, I remember his name. I doubt he has it.
That's what I'm saying, because I didn't know him. I knew of him.
You didn't know him.
Yeah.
You didn't know this guy.
I don't want to like put the name out. Hang on.
No, you didn't know this guy at all.
I thought it was. Oh yeah, never mind.
He was there before I left to go to basic training.
Okay, so this is way before.
This is a long time ago.
So never mind.
Yeah. You got no idea who that guy is.
Beep, who came into this my store and was trying to start shit, but yeah.
No, he's the guy who stole my Fire Emblem cover.
I knew he was one of those fuckers.
That's him.
Okay,
that's a story for another time.
Yeah.
Fun pickup stories or wild ass stories. I got a ton.
Yeah.
Those fucking people. But yeah, that's my other one. That's my Holy Grail is.
Damn.
Sure, I can say Panzer Dragoon Saga. I don't even really know if that one's on my wish list anymore. I gotta look more into that game.
I think you would dig it. It's up your alley, I think.
Is it more RPG or more rail shooter?
It's all RPG.
Because I've heard it's like Panzer
shit.
Dragoon.
It functions like Panzer Dragoon, but like turn-based.
I'll have to look at it.
You would dig it.
I'll have to look at it.
I know that one's on like Nate's list for.
And that one's on my wish list, but I don't know. Recently, I heard something about it where I was like, I don't know if this is the game style that I'm interested in, but I need to look at that one.
Yeah.
But if I had two in front of me, it's Magic Knight Ray Earth. I'm not even blinking. I'm not even thinking about it. You can pick this or that. I'm like, that one. I don't even care if Panzer Dragoon Saga is more expensive.
Yeah, for me, I've got like one more honorable mention, and it's more White Whale than Grail, but it's the last literal disc Castlevania game I need. I feel like I keep saying that, but I keep forgetting
Chronicles?
about this one. Yep, that motherfucker. And it is more White Whale, because every time I see it, it doesn't have a fucking book, or it's incomplete,
it's always back cover, no
or
manual.
just a disc, or some kind of shit, but... That's the thing. The game's supposed to be ass. It's a remake of Castlevania 1 for the PlayStation with, like, giant sprites, so you get hit constantly. But I just need it because it's Castlevania, you know? It's like a $200 fucking game at this point. Mm-hmm. I don't want to pay for it. If I do see it, it's the one I'll be like, man, do I really want this? It's not like Dracula X. Maybe.
There'll be one day where we go game hunting and you'll buy it and you'll look at it and I'll say, Brian, if you walk out of here, you're going to regret it and you're going to buy it.
That's true.
So stay tuned for that, listeners.
Yeah. Maybe we can on the next road trip. Maybe that's the Castlevania game I'll find.
Yeah, we got to road trip it before the winter.
Yeah, dude.
So, that's it for our Holy Grails. I mean, the ones we brought today.
Yeah.
I've got some other dumb shit that I was like...
I've got some that were like close to qualifying, but like these I feel like are a really good representation of like collector side, Holy Grail, and like just sentimental, you know? Yep. I think it's cool we both picked sentimental shit. Like we're not flippers, bro. We're collectors. Like that's what it boils down to, you know?
Yeah, and it's hard-pressed to find us, or hard-pressed to ever find an opportunity or a moment where we're going to say on this podcast, I want that game just because it's top echelon.
Yeah, it's not why we do this.
Now, I want that game and it happens to be top echelon. That's going to happen so many times.
Happens more often than I like. But hey, what are we looking at next, Barry?
Next up, a PlayStation 1 game.
It's a game I've been playing.
Shocker. From a company that you all know that I talk about a lot. Square Enix. Shocker. It is Brave Fencer Musashi.
Yes.
I should not be eating popcorn while I'm doing this, but I need it. Brave Fencer Musashi is basically it's an action-adventure Square Enix game.
Yeah, which I had no idea going in.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy VII, Polygon, but hack and slash is kind of really what it is. So we're going to talk about that one because it has increased dramatically in price in the last couple years. But I don't feel like it's had a lot of spotlight for what it is. So
I agree with that. It's a good pick for sure.
Pulling one out for Brave Fencer Musashi.
Yeah, good pick.
PS1.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Once again, if you want to talk to us, we are on Discord in the show notes. All you guys who are lurking in the Discord, we love you too.
Show us your grails.
Yeah. Show us your grails. Comment in the comments of the episode on YouTube or Spotify or wherever you're listening to it. Just throw in there like what your grails are.
Yeah, dude.
And it doesn't have to be expensive. I just want to know like what your most personally valuable game in your collection is, or two.
Sentimental, personal, whatever.
Yep, throw those in there and then tell us about ones that you're looking for.
Sure.
Because maybe if you join the Discord and you tell me what you're looking for and I find it, I might hit you up and say, hey, I found it. You want me to ship it to you? Because we have done that.
Say it's happened.
It's happened. Yep. But anyways, until next time, stay pressed. Listen to the greatest podcast of all time.
Ever imagined.
Highest rated podcast.
Oh, we're about to get fucking blitzed by ones just to fucking knock us down.
Blitzed by ones?
Yeah, dude.
Nope, if you believe it enough,
that's
if
true.
I manifest it, it's real.
I've been imagining that.
Somehow, one of you guys is going to go through in 6 stars, okay?
Yep, dude, just imagine hard enough.
Imagine that 6-star hard enough, and then boom, it's going to happen. Anyways.
These people will figure this out one day.
Yep. I'm manifesting it right now.
Yep.
Feel my brain power.
Stay oppressed, gamers.
From the Hive Lord to the Hive Mind. See ya!